After what happened with Hoyoverse, I felt sorry for what occurred, especially with the hefty $20 million fine they faced. I believe that every content creator is now talking about what happened, and each has a different opinion from the other. I know many of you are wondering how the latest FTC rulings can shake up Genshin Impact's gacha system, and whether Genshin Impact will change its ways, for example, by adjusting the price of pulls so that one pull could be 60 Primogems instead of 160 Primogems. What is expected to happen in the future of Genshin Impact, from changes in advertising methods and all these things, we will find out in this video, so stay with me until the end. Under the new system, Genshin Impact might need to make these probabilities clear. Imagine there could be an option for purchasing a character directly from a banner, like, say, the Arlecchino banner for $100. Imagine seeing something like, you have a 0.6% chance of pulling a certain character in-game with each wish. It would be presented up front, leaving no room for confusion. This kind of transparency could help players better understand what they're getting into. That was one possibility. The next possibility is a simpler currency system. Currently, you can buy Genesis crystals with real money, convert them into Primogems, then use them to pull on banners. This multi-step process can make it hard to track how much money you're actually spending. In the future, Genshin Impact might allow you to buy pulls directly with real money. For example, instead of buying crystals and converting them, you might see something like one pull, costing $2 or less. If this happens, I think it could actually be cheaper than traditional pulling. How would this change the overall value of pulls versus direct purchases? This kind of system could make spending more transparent, but it might also change how we interact with banners entirely. One thing that's been confusing is why the FTC ruling seems not to consider F2P players. Many players enjoy Genshin without spending a dime, relying on free pulls and grinding for Primogems. It's not clear why the focus is only on spending aspects, as the game provides ways to enjoy its content without payment. This raises questions about whether the changes will affect the overall experience for F2P players too. Now, onto parental consent. Here's where things get tricky. Players under 16 will need parental consent before making any purchases. But how will this work? Will Genshin require players to upload identity documents? Will parents need to physically approve each purchase? It's unclear how this will be implemented, especially for global players. What's stopping an American player from just creating an account on another server to bypass these rules? And how does it affect F2P players? Honestly, how many parents will actually monitor this? If Hoyoverse requires parents to sign something or click a button to approve purchases, it might slow things down for younger players. But it could make parents more aware of how much their kids are spending. The next topic is honest marketing. Banners like Arlecchino often create a sense of urgency with phrases like limited time only. They make it seem like now is your best or only chance to get that special character. But in reality, your odds remain the same, and pity ensures you'll get a 5-star after 90 pulls. In the future, banners might need to include clearer disclaimers. For example, on average, it takes 90 pulls or roughly $180 to get a 5-star character. This could help players make more informed decisions, but might also strip away some of the excitement that comes with pulling. The next topic is changes in influencer promotions. Currently, influencers play a big role in banners. You see them pulling amazing characters like Arlecchino with cheerful animations and lucky outcomes, making you feel like you might be lucky too. But these promotions rarely show the full cost. In the future, influencers might need to disclose actual probabilities or costs when promoting banners. When players spend money on random card packs to build competitive teams, which can give them a clear advantage. But that's the key difference. EA doesn't have a pity system or guarantees. In some ways, this makes it worse than Genshin. However, it doesn't rely heavily on emotionally charged marketing or younger demographics, where the FTC's focus tends to land. What makes Genshin stand out is that emotionally attached players have their characters, creating a strong bond between players and their favorite characters. This emotional pull, combined with time-limited banners, creates a sense of urgency that can push players, especially younger ones, to spend more than they might realize. This emotional engagement isn't as strong in games like League of Legends, for example. In those titles, purchases revolve around personal style or in-match performance, making your favorite character stronger or even playable. Unlike Genshin, these games often offer direct purchase options, so there's no gambling involved. Again, this isn't my personal opinion. It's about why the FTC targeted Genshin. Their focus is on the game's gacha system, which directly affects gameplay, appeals to younger audiences, and lacks transparency. With minors being a significant part of the player base, the FTC intervened to address concerns about pressured spending, unclear odds, and fair play, as outlined in their complaint. And I believe this will change a lot within Genshin Impact. If you have any thoughts on this information, leave them in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video, friends.